So one of the things that I love is about how Claudia learned from her predecessor AMLO on how to deal with Trump. Because how do you deal with a fucking bull in a china shop, right? He's going to say all this outlandish shit, but AMLO, the previous president, made it clear. He's like, look, multiple times he said it. He's like, Trump says some wild ass shit on camera, but behind the scenes, he doesn't talk like that. And that's not the relationship that we have. So I'm going to go by the relationship that we have over the phone and in the phone calls that we've had. Claudia's running with that same one. The difference is Claudia knows how to step it up and play the media. Now, one of the things that's been abundantly clear from the beginning of the last administration is that we're focusing on collaboration, coordination, but never subjugation. And that is like standing fucking firm on that. It's like, we'll collaborate, we'll coordinate with you on whatever you want, but we're not going to be your fucking subjects. We're not the US's backyard type of shit, right? And one of the ways that I think that Claudia is doing really good on playing the headlines is I think she's building up the collateral so that when Trump comes into office, she has more cards to play with. What are his two main issues? China has too much of an influence over Mexico, too much of an advantage, and all the fentanyl that the drug dealers are bringing over with the cartels and blah, 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 and that's why we got to invite it, right? So in order to nip both of those in the bud, she put the headlines that came out were, Mexico's putting tariffs on China, Mexico's putting tariffs on China. That's not what really happened behind the scenes. She made it abundantly clear in her morning meeting. She's like, this is a tariff to protect the domestic production of textiles. And we have a big issue with a lot of finished products coming in that it's corrupt at the customs agents. They're corrupt as fuck. So we're restructuring that because they've been taxing everybody for unfinished product when they're bringing in finished product, and we need to redo that whole thing. But the end result is the headlines go, oh, it's Mexico versus China. That's not the case. But the headlines is the smart one because that's all Trump gives a fuck about is the headlines. The second one is their head of security, Hartfuch. Now, as much as I hate that motherfucker, and I don't trust him because he's a fucking cop at the end of the day, he's been on a rampage through Mexico, arresting the fuck out of any government officials that are associated with cartels, from Sinaloa to Chiapas, police officers, police chiefs. They've been doing very tactical SWAT type arrests of higher ups of all the cartels. Politicians, city officials, governors, everybody, people within their own party, within the Mexican party Morena, the leading party that's running the government right now. So because of those two is what leads me to believe that she's kind of building up her collateral so that when January 20th comes in, she could also show all these results and be like, look at what we got going. Like we're not on the same playing field, right? So that's one part. The second part's going to be the mass deportations. And that's something that I want to talk about with you guys a little more in the next video.